25 CR 715, Montreal Lightfoot. You have to speak out so she can hear you.
Montreal Lightfoot.
Okay, okay. You are here with Mr. Burbank, your attorney, and the state's attorney is present. You were charged with the third-degree felony of deadly conduct, discharge of a firearm, which carries with it up to 10 years in prison. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, this states that the defendant, probable cause affidavit I'm referring to in the file here, and that the defendant and another person fired multiple rifle rounds into an apartment complex parking lot, resulting in two people sustaining gunshot wounds, and multiple apartments, occupied and unoccupied, were struck by gunfire, as well as multiple vehicles were hit. And according to the surveillance footage here, AR-15 style rifles were used in the commission of this offense and this shooting. Montreal Lightfoot is identified as one of the persons involved in the firing of the weapons. What is his bond now? Are you asking for a reduction in bond?
Yeah.
What is his bond right now?
Yeah.
Which apartments are these? It says 4610 Maddox. I'm not. What's the name of that apartment complex?
Judge, I've just compared, we had to sort out who all was handling these. There are 6 co-defendants, and I now actually have all the cases. There is an apartment complex that is located on East Virginia and Maddox, but I apologize, I don't know the name of it, Judge. But that is where this happened.
Yeah, Lightfoot, what do you want to say? Mr. Burbank, you're asking for a reduction of bond, and the bond is $150,000. Is that what it is?
Yes.
Go ahead.
I can put him on if you want.
What do you want to do? Whatever you want.
We're asking for a reduction to 50,000.
What do you want to do? Do you want to put him on?
I can put him on if you need to.
I don't need to, whatever you
I
want.
can shortcut it.
Raise your right hand. Do you solemnly swear or affirm any statements you make during this hearing, sir, will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes.
And please state your full name.
Montreal Lightfoot.
Okay, and your date of birth is September 29th, 2006, correct? You have to speak out.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Yes, everything. Yeah, you nod and shake your head. It doesn't work. She's got to take everything down so that we can have it for a record. Go ahead, Mr. Burbank.
Montreal, how old are you? 18. 18. And do you have any bank accounts or any money that you could possibly post a $150,000 bond? No, sir. Do you have any vehicles? Do you have any property that you could put up as collateral for a bond? Absolutely. Prior to being incarcerated, well, how long have you been in jail? 4.5 months. 4.5 months. And before that time, were you a resident of Belmont? Mm-hmm. And who were you living with? My mom. And your mom. And if you were to be able to post bond and get out, would you go back with your mom? Yes, sir. Where does she live? Straightaway. Straightaway? Okay, and she has a place for you to stay, correct? Yes, sir. You can get rid of your bed, huh? Yes, sir. If you were to get out too, you would abide by all the rules and conditions? Yes, sir. One might be a GPS. They want to know where you're at. Yes, sir. Would you be able to do that? Yes, sir. There may be a curfew saying that you can't go out all hours of the night. Would you be able to do that? Yes, sir. Good. And you're asking for a bond reduction at this time? Yes, sir. We're asking your honor that it be reduced down to 50,000.
Stay. Any questions?
Did you graduate from high school, sir?
No, sir.
Are my records accurate that you've not been arrested before? Never had any juvenile history either, is that correct?
No.
Those are my only questions, Jeff. For the defendant.
Look, the court is looking at the public safety report as courts are required to do on taking issues of bond. I'm looking on at this report. It was printed out on June 13th of 2025. And it states that the defendant, among other things, it discusses the charge here in this indictment 25 CR 715, deadly conduct, discharge of a firearm. And it also states the defendant was in July of 23, evading arrest or detention, a Class A misdemeanor, was referred I guess juvenile disposition. May 26, 2023, illegal possession of a dangerous drug, a Class A misdemeanor, that was referred. On November 15th, 2021, state jail felony of unauthorized use of a motor vehicle, that was adjudicated, and the defendant was placed on 1-year probation. And on November 15th, 2021, also an evading arrest with detention, a 3rd-degree felony, adjudicated, placed on probation with the unauthorized use of a motor vehicle for 1 year. That's what this is. Is that true? Okay, that's not what you told him.
I believe he was talking about his adult side.
Whatever.
No, I asked specifically
That's
about
not what he
attorneys.
asked. He asked for anything. It was a global question. But the point is that the public safety report is made a part of the record in this, for this hearing, and sealed otherwise, because this is going to be dealing with some juvenile behavior. So this isn't the first time you've been arrested, is what this says. And this isn't the first time you've been before a court and a proceeding for criminal matters. So you know how it is. You know that actions have consequences. Good actions are bad, have bad consequences. Here, the court is looking at the probable cause affidavit, where there are numerous assault rifle rounds fired in a multi-family dwelling apartment complex here in this city at looks like about noontime. And you and another person were apparently identified as being the or among the people involved in the firing of those weapons. And the 2 people were shot, multiple apartments struck by gunfire, and multiple vehicles hit. In this city, this is like a bad movie. We're not going to put up with obnoxious, bizarre, violent, random behavior where people in an apartment complex, you have all sorts of people from young to old, where you have bullets flying around. This is absurd behavior in a life that we've had enough of violence. We don't want irresponsible behavior, and we certainly don't want people shot or in harm's way. And we don't want an environment where in the middle of the day there are assault weapons being fired among the homes, multifamily dwellings in this city. We won't tolerate it. And you know from your previous criminal involvement with the crimes of evading arrest, illegal possession of drugs, unauthorized use of a motor vehicle, evading arrests, those all have consequences. And you were placed on a form of probation. It looks like juvenile. So
This isn't just a ruling anymore. This is a statement. The judge is sending a message not just to the defendant, but to the entire community. Random, reckless violence will not be tolerated. And honestly, at this point, do you think any bond reduction was ever really on the table?
you know that this is serious. But it's the law. We're supposed to live peaceably in this country, much less this city. And it's what we make of it. We are not going to tolerate wild behavior like this, where people are in harm's way. It only takes one bullet to kill someone. Your bond is, if it were me, I'd raise it. I don't tolerate this. The people in the city don't want chaos, especially someone who's been through this criminal system before. Shame on you. So the bond is not dismissed. It is not reduced. If he posts a bond, if you post a bond, you must have a GPS device. You will be at home confinement. You will not leave your home except for necessary reasons and with the court's prior permission. Any reason I want to have, know what it is, and I'm going to be the determiner whether you're going to be allowed to leave the home or not. But this is chaos, and the people don't tolerate this. No civilized group would ever tolerate this. Shameless. And anybody else who pulls stunts like this. How many rounds were recovered?
That's a good question, Judge.
Numerous?
It was a lot. I
Yeah,
remember
only
that.
takes, that's one for each soul who was at risk.
One of
Could
the
have
things-
killed a whole bunch of people.
It sent two different people to the hospital, Judge. And,
Killed them.
but I don't
But people's homes were, and vehicles were damaged. Chaos. That's not tolerated. Shame on you. And anybody else involved with that. Shame on you. So, no.
Thank
You can sit in custody until we get this thing finished.
I'd ask that we place on the trial.
It's set for trial.
Move this on,
Sure.
Judge.
Sure. Let's set for trial and get it fast tracked. I want a jury in to hear this and to decide his fate as soon as possible.
If I could, I'd like to get all the defendants on the same trial document. Yeah.
It's on,
I can make sure they are set together, Jenny.
okay. Did I give you back? Did I give you that? Let me look at it just real quick.
One other thing for your honor's education, in this young man's 130 days in the jail, he's had 9 what they label criminal incidents. So his behavior in the jail is not.
What am I supposed to do?
I'm just educating the court that you're certainly made the absolute right decision based upon his behavior in pending custody, Judge.
Okay. But it's based, I didn't know that information,
Yes, sir.
but I guess I'm not surprised based upon the public safety report, the criminal history, and the probable cause affidavit. You're free falling. You don't care about anybody else. The others, your creator should be first, other people second, and then you third. That's what all humans should be. We should be selfless, not carrying around weapons that can kill anybody and erratically firing those in multifamily dwellings and at cars. The fact that there weren't 20 or 30 people killed here by you, I guess, is a miracle. But it wasn't because of your brilliant thinking. It's just God's will prevented that from happening. But we are going to step in and control you as best we can. Everybody has free choice, and your choices are poor. Anything else? That's
Not from the state. Thank you, Judge.
all right.
And that's the final word: bond denied, strict conditions if released, and a fast-track trial. This case shows how quickly things can spiral when violence, prior history, and courtroom credibility collide. But here's the real question. Is this about punishment or protection?